Have you ever heard the theory that the universe is shaped like a trumpet or a horn? Some people connect it to cosmology illustrations, while others link it to mysterious phenomena, often mistaken for the sound of a trumpet. But is our universe really shaped like a giant trumpet in space? Or is this simply a misunderstanding that comes from the way scientists draw the expansion of the universe? Today, we're going to break down the scientific facts, the origin of this illustration, and why the trumpet shape doesn't actually represent the real physical form of the universe. 1. The origin of the trumpet illustration and why it's often misunderstood. Have you ever watched a science video or seen an image online showing the universe shaped like a long cone, or even like a trumpet or horn? The picture is usually filled with stars, glowing blue-purple colors, and a label that says, "The known universe." It looks really cool, but that's exactly where the misunderstanding starts. The problem is simple. Many people think that's the actual shape of the universe, but in reality, it's not a photograph, not a telescope image, and definitely not the physical form of the cosmos. It's just an educational diagram, a graphic designed to help people understand how the universe has expanded over time. Here's how the diagram works. On the left side, the small section represents the universe as a newborn, right after the Big Bang. Moving to the right, the diagram widens to show the universe growing larger over time. And because the graphic stretches from small to large, it ends up looking like a cone or a trumpet. It's simply a time versus size diagram, not universe versus space. This is important because most people look at the shape, not the meaning. The confusion grows even bigger when people start connecting the trumpet shape with the idea of a sacred horn or prophetic trumpet. Maybe because the shapes look similar, or because the word trumpet carries a strong symbolic meaning. This leads to wild assumptions that science, especially astronomy, has actually discovered a giant trumpet-shaped universe in space. But that's not true at all. Interestingly, there is a mathematical model that resembles a trumpet. It's called the Picard horn, or sometimes horn topology. This model describes the universe like a long tube, wide at one end and narrow at the other. Sounds exactly like a trumpet, right? But this model is purely a mathematical experiment, not an observation. There's no evidence from telescopes, cosmic satellites, CMB data, or anything else that supports this shape. It's better described as a fun idea in mathematics than the real structure of the universe. So why did the trumpet shape become so popular? Simple, because the image is dramatic and easy to understand. That picture kept spreading online without context, and eventually many people believed that the cone was the actual form of the universe. But the truth is the complete opposite. 2. What science actually says about the shape of the universe. If we set aside all the trumpet-shaped images and dramatic illustrations and truly look at what modern science tells us, the answer turns out to be far more interesting and far stranger than a giant cosmic trumpet. For decades, scientists have gathered data from major observations, starting with the Planck satellite, which captured the leftover radiation from the Big Bang, then the CMB, or cosmic microwave background, often called the baby picture of the universe, and finally 3D galaxy maps that chart billions of galaxies across the cosmos. And the results are pretty consistent. Our universe is flat. Not flat like a board or a sheet of paper, but geometrically flat in terms of space-time curvature. Its curvature is extremely small, almost zero. So small that only super-sensitive instruments can even measure the difference. And if the geometry of the universe is flat, the implications are huge. The universe has no edge. You can't walk to the end because there is no end. It's like an open-world game with an infinite map. The universe has no center. The Big Bang wasn't an explosion from a point in empty space. It was space itself expanding everywhere at once. And most importantly, the universe is not a 3D object with a physical shape, not a sphere, not a tube, not a pipe, and definitely not a trumpet. When scientists talk about the shape of the universe, they're not referring to a physical outline like we see in objects. They're talking about the geometry of space-time, something far more abstract, yet far more real in physics. So when you see an image of a trumpet-shaped universe, that's not the outer shape of the cosmos. It's only a compressed visualization of cosmic expansion to make it easier for humans to understand. The real explanation is far more complex, and that's exactly what makes our universe even more astonishing. It doesn't resemble anything familiar to the human mind. 3. Clarifying. Is the universe really shaped like a trumpet or a horn? After discussing the origin of the trumpet-shaped image and what modern science actually says about the universe, now it's time to address the core question. Is the universe truly shaped like a trumpet or a horn? The answer is no. From a scientific perspective, the trumpet diagram that often appears online is just an educational graphic, not the actual shape of the universe. The horn topology model, which resembles a trumpet, is only a mathematical hypothesis that has never been proven. Modern observations show that the universe is flat, with no edge, no center, and nothing resembling a trumpet at all. So the viral trumpet shape is simply a misunderstood visualization, not a physical reality. So what about the concept of the trumpet, Sankakala, in Islam? This is an important distinction. In Islam, the trumpet is indeed real, but it is not the shape of the universe. The trumpet, Asur, is an instrument blown by the angel Israfil, marking the beginning of the day of judgment and resurrection. And this is mentioned directly in the Quran. 1. Surah Az-Zumar 39, verse 68. And the trumpet will be blown, and whoever is in the heavens and whoever is on the earth will fall dead, except whom Allah wills. Then it will be blown a second time, and behold, they will be standing, awaiting judgment. 2. Surah An-Naml 27, verse 87. And on the day when the trumpet is blown, everyone in the heavens and on the earth will be terrified, except those whom Allah wills. These verses make it clear. The trumpet is an instrument of the last day, not a cosmic structure. Hadith, Sahih Muslim. The Prophet Muhammad said, "How can I feel at ease when the angel entrusted with the trumpet has already placed it to his lips, bent his head, waiting for permission to blow it?" This hadith explains that the trumpet is held by angel Israfil, resembles a blowing instrument, and is used to signal the beginning of the final hour. It is not something that represents the shape of the universe. So what is the connection between the trumpet and the universe? The answer is simple. There is no connection of shape. The confusion comes from a mere visual coincidence. The scientific diagram of cosmic expansion looks a bit like a trumpet. But in science, it's just a time-space diagram, not the universe's outer shape. In Islam, the trumpet is part of the events of the last day, not a cosmological form. It's crucial to keep scientific illustrations and religious symbols separate so they don't get mixed and misunderstood. Conclusion of Part 3. The universe is not a trumpet. The trumpet in Islam is real, but it does not describe the universe's shape. The trumpet-like cosmology diagram is simply a visualization, not physical reality. Islamic teachings about the trumpet refer to the last day, not space-time geometry. By understanding this, we can appreciate science correctly, while also honoring religious teachings without conflating the two. all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. We humbly acknowledge that every effort we make in presenting these stories is far from perfect. If there were any mistakes in our narration, shortcomings in the explanations, or anything that might not have been accurate, we sincerely ask for your forgiveness and understanding. It is important to clarify that every image, animation, or visual reconstruction shown in this channel is not an exact depiction of historical reality. They are simply artistic illustrations designed to help us imagine and better understand the events described in the Quran and Islamic tradition. The true knowledge belongs only to Allah. Our intention is to remind ourselves and our viewers of the eternal lessons contained within these stories. That civilizations rise and fall, wealth and power come and go, but faith, humility, and obedience to Allah are what truly remain. We pray that these lessons strengthen our hearts, deepen our faith, and inspire us to live with wisdom and gratitude. We thank you for accompanying us on this journey of learning and reflection. May Allah grant us the ability to always take heed from His words, forgive our mistakes, and guide us to the straight path.